ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 5th chapter, beginning from verse number 47. So the material elements personified, they are continuing to pray to the Lord for the blessings so that they can create the universe. And in their prayers they have spoken about the greatness of devotion to the Lord and how only by devotion one can attain perfection. Otherwise, he says that everybody labors hard, and in doing service there is no labor. Says Tvameva dhira purusham vishanti tesam shramaya syad natu sevayati. So devotion is actually the easiest thing to do, because that is our constitutional position, means soul is actually designed only for that, and everything else is unnatural. So you try to do something unnatural, then it is a struggle. There will be always some problem, some difficulty, and that's why people face problem in the material world, because whatever they are doing is actually unnatural to the soul. It does not match with the characteristic of the soul. So it's like you swim against the current of the river, and you have to labor very hard, and still you are going in the wrong direction. Instead of reaching the ocean, you are struggling. So as the rivers are flowing to the ocean, our mind should flow like that to Krishna, and that can only happen if there is devotion and love, because in love the mind is naturally fixed on the object of love. So in the material world, people's mind, they are always disturbed. Bahu shakha yanantasya buddhayo avyavashayinam. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that the intelligence of materialistic people is many branched, bahu shakha. Why? Because they are avyavashayi. They are not fixed. They keep on changing like fashion. So like fashion always changes. So somebody said that fashion must be a very ugly thing. Because it will always change. If you don't change it, it's not fashion, so it must be something very ugly. Because it does not stay very long. So the human mind is also like that. It is not stable. Only when one becomes a devotee, then ekyaha kuru nandana. So vyavashayatmika buddhi ekyaha kuru nandana. Then only the mind becomes fixed. And then it will not run anywhere. So there is samadhi. That is the samadhi of devotion. And that is the natural thing. Otherwise, the soul is sleeping. Actually, soul has no interest in anything, whatever is happening. It is, really speaking, it is sleeping. Only when one engages in devotion, then soul wakes up. Because then there is something of interest. Otherwise, all these things which we are doing with our body, then they are just like dream. There is one chair there. So just like we dream at night, and then when we wake up, then you may do so many things in your dream, but when you wake up, then that has no meaning. You may become rich, you may become poor, but you know that it did not happen to you, right? We experience it every day. Every night we dream, we wake up in the morning, then we are not taking it seriously. It's a dream. So same thing is also happening when we are in our wakeful state. Actually, it's not touching the soul. Soul is untouched by all the things which are happening to us. But just as in the dream, we don't know that we are dreaming, and we become engrossed in it and forget ourselves. The same thing is also in the wakeful state. We are forgetting that we are actually meant to engage only in devotional service. So that's what he said, that devotional service is the most natural thing, and therefore there is no labor involved in it. Everything else is laborious. So he says, Tatte vayam lokasya shikshayadya tvayanushrishta stribhiratma bhismaha sarve viyukta svabhihara tantram na saknumastat pratihartavete. So now they are coming to the actual point. If you go to some person and you want to ask some benefit from that person, then it is not that as soon as you go you say, give me 10,000 rupees. First you go, you talk to him, you make some storage here and there and try to gauge the mood of that person, say some nice things to him, then you say that, can you please give me 10,000 rupees. So the Devas also, they did not immediately say, oh Lord, please give us the power so that we can create. They first spoke about the greatness of the Lord and His power and devotion and how everybody is dependent on Him and so on. And now they are coming to the point. The Lord has not spoken, but He's saying, okay, enough. What is that you want? Come to the point. Because He has other things to do. Big people are busy. So He says, okay, I heard enough, now tell what you want. So they are saying that you are the original person, original personality of God, and you have created this world and also us from three gunas. Tatte vayam lokasya shikshaya adya tvayanushrishtas tribhiratmabhi. So he says that you have created us for the purpose of creating the planets, and we are made of three gunas. But sarve viyukta svavihara tantram na shaknumastat prati hartaveta. But he says that we are not able to combine together because we all have different nature. If people have to unite together, they have to have something in common, right? So if things are not, like if you put oil in water, then it does not mix. Even if you shake it, then it seems like mixed. You stop, then oil is floating on the top, water is down. So like that, the material elements, they are saying that sarve viyukta swavihatantram, that we are all separated from each other and we are not able to come together. And our desire is that we come together, we create the world so that we can offer it to you for your service. Tat prati hartavete. So their intention is also to do this service to the Lord. And this is very important to understand, that this world is created for the pleasure of the Lord. It is meant for His pleasure, not for our pleasure. And it is not that if we please Him, then we are going to remain unhappy and sad, but actually we can only be pleased by pleasing Him, because He is the fountainhead of all energies. Nobody is independent of His existence. We exist. We have separate existence in the sense that we have our ego, we have our consciousness. It's not that there is only one and not variety. So that oneness is there, but there is also variety. We are all individual beings, but we are not independent. Independent reality is only one. And our only mistake is that we all think that we are independent of God. That's why devotion is the only solution. Because the only problem is to think that we are independent when we are not. So this is our dreaming. This is our illusion. This is our Maya. That we think I am independent. But in this universe, there is nothing which is independent of God. This is the harsh reality. And to recognize this fact, that's all we need. All knowledge is only to come to that level. So, once we understand that, then our actions will also change. Because our actions are based on our understanding. When we understand something, then we have desire correspondingly. And then we make actions based on those desires. Now we have improper understanding, thinking that we are independent, then we are making improper actions. And we are getting improper results. Because improper actions cannot lead to proper result. So we want happiness, but we are acting wrongly. We don't get it. It's not a surprise. This is a simple equation. So Varuni diggatam vastu katham endriyat labhit. That something which is lying in the west, you are searching it in the east. How you will get it? It's not possible. You can only get it where it is. So we want happiness, but we are going in the wrong direction. Happiness is available only in devotion. So long ago I was in train. This must be more than 30 years ago. I think I was going to Bombay. The train stopped somewhere in Madhya Pradesh at some station, and it was summer time. And there was one vendor, this chai walas, all these people come in Indian trains. So this guy was selling something to drink, and his phrase was, "Babaji, आपका ध्यान कहाँ है?" और ठंडा cool drink तो यहाँ है. Means that where is your attention? The cool drink is here. So it's an interesting thing that where are we looking? The happiness is with Krishna, but our attention is somewhere else. So he was always repeating this statement. But this is the situation with all of us, that our mind, our attention is elsewhere except where it should be. And therefore we don't achieve what we want. So for that reason they are praying to the Lord, and they cannot mix together because they don't have that power. It's not possible. Then everybody is independent. They can be united only by the Lord. So unity comes only by that, by Sankirtan. So if everybody is doing Sankirtan, then we are all united, because we are all glorifying the Lord. And if everybody is singing their own song, then that is not Sankirtan. Then it will become noise. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore brought Sankirtan for us, that we get together and we all sing the same song, not different. Then there is music, there is harmony, there is peace, happiness. So, because in the previous verse they said that a devotee, especially Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he commented that a devotee feels troubled only if he or she does not get the chance to do service. Because he said that service there is no label. So for that reason he says, Tat tasmat te tavaiva sevakavayam sevam aprapyaiva klishyamayati bhava. So in this verse they are indicating it, they are not saying directly, but they are indicating that we are your devotees and we are not getting the chance to do service, because the service is to create the universe. So he says, therefore we are suffering, not being able to do our service. So he says, please help us. Sevaya apraptim vrindavanti lokanam sashaksha. And how is that they don't have the seva? Then they are describing that in this verse. So these commentaries are nice, how they are linking up one verse with another verse. Because in the last verse it was said, Tesham shramasya atmetu sevayate, that they labor hard but not those who engage in service. And now they are praying for giving energy to create. So this means they are saying that we are also suffering because we are not getting the chance to do service. Lokanam sisrikshaya tvaya anusrishtaha kramena utpaditasme. He says that you have created us in order, one after another. Mahatattva, then ahankar, then manas, the senses and so on. And you have created us tribhi, the three gunas, sattva rajas tamas, sattvadi swabhavi. Ateva viruddha subhavatvat mitho viyukta. Now the thing is that this sattva, rajas, tamas, these three gunas, they have opposing qualities. Sattva is light and illuminating, and rajas is active, and tamas is heavy and ignorant. So how they can be together? Sattva cannot go along with tamas, tamas cannot go along with rajas, because rajas wants to move and tamas wants to hold. Tamas says, come on, 5 more minutes. When you get up in the morning, Sattva is opening your eyes and saying, okay, wake up now. And what tamas is saying? Was seeing the watch, okay, 5 more minutes. So pull on your blanket. So that is tamas. So it cannot get along. So how they can mix with each other? This is amazing. That these three gunas, they exist simultaneously. Previously they did not. They refused. So for that reason they are saying that we are not able to come together, because our natures are so different. Now they are really the elements, completely sattva, rajas, tamas. Mitho viyukta. Therefore we are separated. Santa yadartha srishtas tat svavihar tantram tvat kridopkaranam samashtim te tubhyam pratihartave pratihartam samarpitum na shaknam. So he says, therefore, the very reason for which you have created us, we are not able to do that. And because they say that this world is your Vihar Tantra, this is your picnic spot, and we will want to make this and then offer to you so that you can come and play, but we are unable to do that. So please bless us so that you can also play and we will also be happy. This is the prayer. यावद् बलिं तेज हराम काले यथा वयं चान्न वदाम यत्र यथोभयेषां तैमे हि लोका बलिं हरन्तो न वदन्ति अनूहा. He says that if we bring offering to you, then we will also get something to eat. Because what these elements will do if no planets are created? They can hang in the air. Nothing is there. So just like we make an offering, and then when you make an offering to the Lord, then you also get prasad to eat. But if there is no offering, then you can also fast. So neither the Lord is getting something to eat, nor you are getting. So he says, Yavad balim teyaja harame kale. Says the Lord, the unborn Lord. As we bring the offering for your worship, then we will also get the chance, Rante Annam Adam Yatra. Because when human beings will be created, then these deities of mind, senses, elements, they also will get their proper places, and they will also participate in the activities. And Lord will also come in this world, perform his Leela. So many different avatars come. Otherwise, he is just lying in the ocean, relaxing on his bed, surfing on the waves. So for that they are praying. Yatho bhesham te imehi loka balim haranto annam. So he says for both, for the living beings and also for us, there will be food. Haranti annam, adanti annam. So they pray like this. So in the commentary says, Tarhi kim yusmad vanchitam karvani. It is as if Lord is asking to them, these devas, that what is that you want me to do? What is your desire? Please tell clearly. Ityatyahu he ajay. So in response they speak this verse that, oh, the unborn Lord, Kale samuchit samaye balim pujopaharam yavat sakalyena tehnam. That we bring the offerings to you to worship you at proper time. It's like puja is performed to the Lord at fixed time. There is Mangalarti, and there is Darshanarti, Sringararti, and there is Bhogarti, and then Sandhya Arti. So fixed times are there. So in the same ways they are saying, Deva Manushyadi Vividha Purus Sankula Samasti Vyashti Atmaka Prapanchikatva Kridopkarana Vrindam Nirmaya Tubhyam Yatha Samarpyam. So what does it mean that they will bring the objects of worship? That they will create the various bodies, like the demigods, human beings, animals, and individual bodies and the cosmic body, the planetary systems. So all this will become the place for Lord to play. Kridopkaram, these are all like dolls for the Lord. And then we will offer all this to you. Yathacha vayam tvan maya shakti vrittayo anna vadame Ragya adishta griha nirmataro vardhakayo yatha vetan rupam swasva udarpuram annam prapnam. And he says by doing this, we will also get the food to eat in the form of energy from Maya, because they are all manifestation of Maya Shakti. So he says, just like when a king orders a mason or a carpenter to build something, then he works, so he also gets his salary, and with that he can also eat, buy food and eat. So in the same way, because they will work on the order of the Lord to create this big house here, then they will also get food to eat. Yatha chaime loka devatariya gadayas tvajiva shakti vrittayas tad adhinatvat tvanmaya shakti adhinatvat. And then all these beings, the higher beings, the lower beings, all manifestation of Jiva Shakti, they are all under your control and also under the control of Lord's Maya, because Maya is also controlling you. Ubhesham tavcha asmakam cha balim haranto. So he says that these living beings, they will bring offerings to us and to you also. As in Gita, Krishna says that Lord, He created the sacrifices and He created living beings. Sahayagya pura srishtva purovacha prajapati. That He created humanity along with the sacrifices. Now we have forgotten the sacrifices. But as I was saying yesterday, that there used to be sacrifices all the time, and this was the culture. Even in other religions there used to be burnt offerings, sacrifices. This was a tradition, because human beings were meant to sacrifice. So they sacrifice the deva. So parasparam bhaventa shreya param avapya shakti. So the Lord said that you satisfy the gods, they will satisfy you. This is just a material arrangement He made. This is not even something transcendental. Even to live in this material world, we must sacrifice. It's like you live in a state, then you have to pay taxes. If you don't pay taxes, this is a very big offense. And there are very strict measures to punish. The government does not like that. Can tolerate other things, but if you evade taxes, then they are very heavy. So in the same way we are living in this world, and there is a management, we have to pay some taxes. That is sacrifice. And if you pay taxes, then you are a nice citizen. Then the government is giving you facilities, nice roads, and electricity, water, gas. All these facilities are arranged, security, so that nobody plunders your house, the police. All this arrangement is done by state, but you have to pay taxes. So in the same way, the universal arrangement is also going on, but we must pay our taxes. And if we don't do that, then the demigods are displeased, then they punish us through natural calamities. Then they come in the form of some famine, too much rain, forest fire, tsunami, some David, all these types of, they have these storms, what they call them, different, they give nice names to them, starting from the Caribbean. Hurricanes. So you know what hurricane means? No? You know what is hurry?
Hurricane.
And you know what is a cane?
Hurricane.
This is the cane of hurry. Punish you. It's a nice name. So you don't do sacrifice, then there is a hurricane. So that's why they are saying that people do sacrifice. Ubhayasham taucha asmakam balim haranto. That these people, they will give bali, offerings, to you and to us. Vividhanayana yoga jnanadibhir roop aradhanam kurvanto annamadanti. So what is that offering? He says people will follow yoga, jnana, worship, or karma yoga in various ways. This is all offering. And they also eat, because by doing that they also make some advancement. And it is also pleasing to the Lord and the demigods. So then there is a balance. Svasva karma phalam prapnuvanti. Anuha avitarka prabhur asmabhyam karma phalam dasyati nidasyati va iti abhyuasunya iti. And they don't deliberate that if we do this, then whether we will get the result or not, Lord will give us benefit or not. People used to do their duties. As we read in the story yesterday, that this Brahmana was saying that I have to do sacrifice, now my wife is not there, how can I do? I have to follow my duty. That is most important. So he was not thinking that even if I do my duty, I am not sure whether Lord will give me the benefit or not benefit. So they have to be performed. That is the meaning of niskam karma. Iti abhyuva sunya iti etadeva asmad vanchitam sampadayati bhava. So they are saying that this is the only thing we are asking you and not anything extra. That please give us the energy so that we can create. Tathacha shruti ta enam Abruvan ayatanam na prajanihi yasmin pratishtita annam vadami. Then he is quoting a mantra from the Vedas, which basically means what the description is being given in this verse, that you please give us the power so that we can create this ayatana, the body, naprajanihi, yasmin pratishtita, and becoming situated in that, then we will eat food. Tvam na suranamasi sanvayanam kuthasthayadya purushah purane tvam devam deva shakyam gunakarma yonau retastvajayam kavimadadheja. Now again they are talking about Lord. Says that you are the source of all of us. Suranam Saanvayanam, of all the devatas, suras, demigods, and all their relatives, family members, everybody. You are the Adya. Why? Because you are the Purana Purusha. You are the original person. Before anybody was created, Lord existed. And you are Kutastha, you are unchanging. So, that which does not change, that is the source of that which changes. So Lord is called Kutastha here, means remains without any modification or transformation. And they are saying Tvam Shakyam Gunakarma Yono Retastvajayam Kavimadadhyam. Says that in the very beginning, which was also described earlier by Maitreya, you had impregnated this Maya with your seed. This Maya, which is the source of Guna and Karma. So the qualities which we have, they are also coming from matter, and with that we perform our activities. So our activities and qualities, they are part of material nature. That's why Krishna says Chaturvarnim Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhavasam. That I have created Varna and Ashramas, Chaturvarnim, the four Varnas, on the basis of Guna and Karma, on the basis of our Prakriti, our nature, and our activities. So what we call now as caste or whatever, originally it is based not on birth but on our constitution, because we all get a constitution at the time of birth. Ayurveda also says that our Prakriti, our nature, is decided or given at the time of birth, right? This is what Charak Samhita says. And then it remains for the rest of our life. So on the basis of that only we have our Varna. Varna means description. So the caste is a description of a person. Basically when we say what is your caste, it means your definition, who are you? Now also when we ask somebody who are you, then people say, well, I am an engineer, I am doctor, I am manager. They are describing according to their action, isn't it? That I am acting in this capacity. And if he is actually a qualified doctor, that means he has qualities. So this description is according to the activity he is doing and the corresponding qualification he has. So these both belong to Maya. They both belong to the material nature. And therefore it is called Guna Karma Yoni. Yoni means the source, the origin. And this Guna and Karma have their source in material nature. And it is in this that Lord had put the seed in the form of the souls. Souls are inside matter, material nature, and then only the creation happens. Sevya Sevak Lakshanam Sambandham Uppadeyanti No Asmakam Sanvayanam Anveti iti Anveh. So he is now showing in this verse the Devas, they are showing a relationship with the Lord. That you are our master, we are your servants. This is called Sevya Sevak relation. Because when you do some service, you have a relation, right? If you work in a company, then you have a particular relationship with your boss. That if you are the secretary, then you say, well, I am the secretary of this person. So you have a relationship as a secretary and the manager, or supervisor and the worker. So there is always a relationship. So in the same way, we have a relationship with God. And relationship is that He is the master, we are the servant. And only when relationship is there, then there is duty in relation to that. Without relation, there is no duty. If we are not interrelated, then we don't have any responsibility. When we are related, husband, wife, as soon as a person marries, then there is certain responsibility which comes along with it. Wife has certain responsibility, husband has a certain responsibility. Before they are married, they don't have any responsibility like that. So with the relation comes responsibility, duty. So the Devas say that we are going to bring this offering to you and we worship you and this. Why is that? Because they are saying we have this relationship. You are the Savior, you are the worshipable, and we are the Sevakas. So therefore he says, Tomne Suranam Sanvayanam, and along with our Parikaras, our all family members, everybody is your servant. Karanam Tat Sahitanam Kutastho Nirvikaram. So he says that you are the cause of everybody. That is our relationship. The effect is always having a relationship with cause, isn't it? If the milk is coming from the cow, then milk is related with the cow. Cow is the cause, milk is the effect. So they are saying that you are the cause. And Kutastho Nirvikara. But usually what happens that whenever there is a cause, it undergoes some change to give the effect. Right? If you have milk and you want to make yogurt from milk, then milk changes. It is no more milk. So that is called vikar, transformation. Lord is very interesting person. He is the cause of all causes. Sarva karanam karanam. But he does not undergo transformation. This is very interesting cause. Any other cause, if cow gives milk, then that much weight is reduced. If you weigh a cow before you milk and then she gives 10 liters of milk, she will be less 10 liters in weight. Or whatever is the weight of the 10 liter milk. Because this is part of it. If you take a potato and you boil it, then it is transformed. But Lord creates the universe and He remains Purnam. Purnamada Purnamidam. Purnat Purnamidachyate. He is complete, perfect. He creates universes or He expands as avatars. He remains complete. So it is just like philosopher's stone. We have heard about it, we have not seen. But we hear that there used to be a stone. In India, we did not call it philosopher's stone. I don't know why in the West they call it philosopher's stone. We used to call it Chintamani, touchstone. That the stone will touch iron and then iron becomes gold. Very interesting stone. Sanatana Goswami had one like that. I don't know where it is now. He threw it into Yamuna. Otherwise, we would have had it. So, iron is changing into gold. And what is the cause? The touchstone is the cause to change iron into gold. But nothing happens to touchstone. Touchstone does not lose its power, it does not increase, decrease. It remains as it is. So it is causing something, but without changing itself. So Lord is like that. He creates, He undergoes change, but He still remains same. Therefore He is called Kutastha. See the meaning, why the word Kutastha has been used. That He is an unchanging cause. So in Bhagavad Gita also He says, Avyam Bijam, Bijam Avyam, that I am the seed, but when seed sprouts, it is no more seed, but He says Avya. Krishna is a seed who sprouts and remains seed. It's like saying that you eat the cake and have it too. So He is like that. He can eat and still the cake is there. It's not possible that you can eat the cake and also have it. Either you have it or you eat it. But Krishna is achintya. Eat the cake and have it also. That is called Kutastha. Eva adyas chintamani reva karanam. So that's why He says that you are like Chintamani, philosopher's stone. Because then philosophers have to make a philosophy out of the stone now. And what is this stone? Their philosophy fails. Because everywhere they see cause, effect, cause is changing into effect. And here there is a cause, does not change. And yet it's giving some effect. So this you need philosophy for this. That's why it is called philosopher's stone. Or it is called philosopher's stone because it's only in philosophy. It doesn't exist anywhere. Otherwise nobody has seen it. Just the philosophy. Here also it is called Chintamani. Chinta means thought. It's only in our mind. So our mind is also Chintamani, because they say that whatever you think, it happens, right? That is the big secret of life. That is Chintamani. Everything comes by Sankalpa. Purusho Adhisthata. And he is Purusha, means he is the presiding deity. Because he also comes as a super soul in this body. Purana Puratana. And he is the oldest, therefore it means that he does not have his own cause. So Krishna is the cause, but he is causeless. Therefore it is called Adi, Anadi. Adi means he is the source, but he is Anadi, he is sourceless. Everything comes from him, but he does not come from anywhere else. Otherwise question can be asked that we come from God or the world comes from God, and from where does he come? So that's where the buck stops. No more question from where he is coming. He is called Anadi or a karana, no karana for him, adya. यतस्तम हे देव शक्त्याम मायायाम गुणानाम सत्वादीनाम कर्म महदादिकम यत्र तथा भूतायाम योनो रेत समष्टि जीव रूपम कमिं विज्ञम आदधे अतो अस्माकं जीवानां च पितृत्वात् त्वमेव सेव्येति. So they are saying that you are the original and you are the one who put the seed into the material energy. And what was the seed? Seed was the conglomeration of all the jivas. All the souls combined together, they were put into Maya by the Lord. That is the seed, that is impregnation. And he says, therefore he says that you are like our father. You are our father because we are born from you, and therefore it is our duty to serve you. Because Pitri Devo Bhava, the Vedas say that father has to be treated like Deva, like God. He has to be served. So they are teaching to us that we have to serve the Lord. He is the Pita, Dhata Mata Pitamaha. ततो वयं सत्प्रमुखायदर्थे बभूविमात्मन् कर्मामि किं ते त्वं न स्वचक्षु परिदेहि शक्त्या देवे क्रियार्थे यदनुग्रहाणाम्. So now they are asking that, O Lord, we are Satpramukha. Means our face is turned towards the reality. And what can we do for you? For what we have been created. Please give us knowledge and energy so that we can engage in the service by your grace. So they are again praying. So this bhakti marg is based on grace from the Lord. And we never think that we are powerful enough to do anything. But only by Lord's grace we are able to do service to Him. So Mat Pramukha Mahadadya Vayam He Atman. There are two different readings. Somewhere it is Mat Pramukha, somewhere Sat Pramukha. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur takes it as Mat Pramukha. Mat Pramukha means that I am the chief among all the elements. So it looks like as if Mahat Tattva is speaking this verse. Because Mahat Tattva was the first one. So he is the leader. All others came after him. So therefore he says, Tato Vayam Mat Pramukha Yadarthe Babhuvime. That therefore we all, out of which I am the first one, we have been created for that purpose. Now, how we have to do it, what shall we do it? You please give us the knowledge and energy to do that. Hey Atman, kim te karvame? Srishti miti chet. Says what we have to do. And then Lord says creation. Then he says tatrahu tarhi no asmakam tvam swachakshu shaktya se paridehi. And they are saying that you please give us your vision. Swachakshu along with energy. So if you have to do some work, you need two things. First you have to have knowledge how to do it. And second you have to have the capability, energy to do it. So they are asking for both. That you give us your chakshu, which means your vision, which means your knowledge. And your energy. Because if we have only knowledge and we don't have the energy to act on it, then we cannot put it into practice. So he says, please give us that. Vairaj nirmane jnanam dehi shaktim cha dehi. The meaning is give us the knowledge how to build up this universe and also the energy to do it. Tvadiya jnana kriya shakti bhyam eva vayam srishto kshama nanyatha iti bhava. It's only by your power of knowledge and power of action that we are able to create, otherwise not possible. हे देव अस्माकं क्रियारूपे अर्थे यान एव अनुग्रहस्त्वया कर्तुम् उचितः येषु तेषां त्वदादिष्टां सेवां सुखेन कर्वाम इति एतावदेव अस्माद् वाञ्छितं नान्यत्. So they are saying that, O Lord, we are only praying for this much grace from you, that we happily engaged in your service which you have given to us, and this is only our desire. We don't desire anything else. So devotee does not want anything else. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundari, kavitam va jagdish kami, mama janmani janmanishwari, bhavatad bhakti rahitvi tvai. Only causeless devotion. Not devotion for some motive. You can also perform devotion with some material motive, that you want something by doing devotion. But ahitki bhakti means that my reward is doing seva. Seva itself is reward. If we get the chance to do seva, then we don't want anything else. That is perfection of life. So that's what they are praying. Atra tattva adhishtatri devanam bhaktatvat swayameva sarir nirmanam ishwarena anyesham tu tat prarthana vaiti sandara. Jiva Goswami has commented that these devatas, the presiding deities of material elements, because they are devotees of the Lord personally made their bodies. But bodies of other beings, they will be created by them. So for that they are praying, that other devotees can also come and serve him. Iti sarartha darshinyam harshinyam bhakta chetasam tritiye panchmo adhyaya sangata satam. This is the end of commentary called Sarartha Darshini on 5th chapter of 3rd Canto, which is written in the assembly of the devotees for giving pleasure to the devotees of Lord Krishna. This is the end of 5th chapter. Any question?
With this theme of sacrifice being so pervasive in yoga, is it in order to prove to oneself that one is serving God? Like, if I'll sacrifice a meal, I'm sacrificing my needs and my desires. Is it really about me proving to myself that I'm serving God? Or is God actually somehow pleased by me not attending to my needs?
No, he is not pleased that you don't attend to your needs. It's not pleasing or displeasing, but the idea is that he wants you to be united with him. And now we are united with the body. There is one statement by Rishabdev, Yavan Priti Mai Vasudeve Namuchyate Deha Yogen Tavat. He is using the word Deha Yoga. Deha means physical body, and Yoga means union. So he says that unless and until you have Priti or love for me, you will not give up this Deha Yoga. So now we are doing Deha Yoga. We are engaged in serving the body. So sacrifice means that we reduce that. in whatever form it may be, whether you give up one meal or you fast on Ekadasi or eat one chapati less. This is the idea behind is because God is there is nothing pleasing or displeasing to him, but he sees that now you are interested in uniting with him. That is the meaning of sacrifice. Instead of just uniting with the physical body and remaining absorbed in Deha Yoga.
What does Dehi mean?
Deha means body.
Oh. But couldn't one just meet the needs of the body
Yeah,
without
that's what I'm
being
saying.
attached to it?
That's
you
what
know?
I'm saying. The point here is not that you starve. Point is to unite with him.
Like, the question is, isn't it possible to unite with him and eat when you want to eat?
Yeah,
or
exactly.
whatever?
That's what I'm saying. Eat or you don't eat. He's not saying don't eat. He's also not saying starve. He's also not saying that you become a glutton. The point is to become a devotee. And when you become a devotee, then eating and not eating, this will follow automatically. When you turn on the light, then the darkness will go away. Then you don't have to ask that when light will come, then how will I see the table? Will I see the table or not? What will be the process? Once the light is there, it will be there. So once you are a devotee, then you don't have to think that now I have to feed or not feed. And if I feed, then he is pleased, and if not feed.
But is it some sort of proof, like if a person can't restrict themselves, that they're not a devotee? Or can a devotee has this kind of bodily ability to control their desires and their needs and this and that?
He doesn't control anything. This is exactly the point I'm making. Devotee is not controlling anything.
So this proof,
Just like the
it's
light comes, ignorance goes, darkness goes. And one becomes devotee, everything is controlled automatically.
so someone who spends years circumambulating Govardhan with stones, they're convincing themselves that they're
Yes,
devotees.
that is coming from the other side. You have to go from this side, become a devotee, and then this circumambulation will come. Sanatana Goswami was circumambulating Govardhan, not that he wanted to become a devotee, but because he was a devotee and he loved to do it. And then there are other people who start from the other end, that they are circumambulating and they think that by doing this I will become a devotee.
And they are getting benefits from sacrificing their personal desires and needs.
That I cannot say, because mostly they don't catch. And the reason is that when they are circumambulating, they are not thinking why they are doing it. They are thinking somewhere else. Their mind is not there. The idea of circumambulating is, it is called parikrama, means going around. And in English also circum means around, and ambulate is walking. So idea is that as you are walking with your physical body, then your mind should also be there. So your mind should go around Govardhan and not around sense objects. Now our mind is circulating around sense objects. But if you are walking physically and mind is still on the sense objects, then nothing happens. And that's what most people are doing. They are walking and then they are listening to radio. They are smoking weed, right? You live in Radhakund, you must see this more than me. And they are chatting and talking, and it's a picnic for them. So Govardhan, what Govardhan? Govardhan is also standing Kutastha. He is also watching, smiling.
But this idea of sacrifice on its own does have some power and merit on, even without the consciousness understanding behind
Without
it,
consciousness, there is no power. We are not talking about that power. It has some power, but that is in karma kanda, material power. Otherwise, power comes by consciousness. That's why Rupa Goswami said, something will happen. You go on talking and someday some idea will come. Why am I doing it? And when you will come to that point, then that is the outcome of walking all these years. I remember there was somebody from Delhi, two of them, and they used to come and do Govardhan Parikrama every Purnima. And they did it for many, many years. Then somehow they came to see me, and then they are asking that what is the benefit of doing this Parikrama? So I said, the benefit is this, that you have come to ask this question. That's not the benefit. Other benefits are material. It is good for health, fresh air. There is no industry around there.
So this, what you were starting the lecture of the sacrifice to the demigods, it was naturally that people were just thankful, so they did their homas and all that. And
Well, that's why I'm saying that is a beginning, because people don't even immediately come to the level of sacrificing for Krishna. So demigods, they can understand that we are using water, we must sacrifice for water god. This they can relate. But then ultimately they have to understand that beyond Varuna there is Krishna. So it is a step towards that. But if you remain stuck on the step, then you don't reach the roof. Suppose you sit down on the staircase. So staircases are meant to take you to the roof, which is the goal. But now if you make your kutia on the staircase itself, then you are not reaching this roof, you will stay at the staircase. So that's what people do mostly, they get stuck. So Rupa Goswami, very, very intelligently, he said that Niyamagraha is one of the obstacles in devotion. Becoming attached to the rules, he said, is one of the obstacles. People think that by this I am getting devotion. He says, no, it is an obstacle. Niyamagraha. Means what you have done is that you have made your kutia there. Rules have become your house. You got stuck on it. Rules are only stairs to help you to move up. Not that you become bound to them and don't move. The car is there so that you can go somewhere. But you just become attached to car, you never move anywhere. And you think, well, the car is actually very important and this does this. Yeah, it is important, but you have to use it. You have to reach your destination. And when you reach your destination, then you don't want to come out of the car. Because you say, well, this is very important. Because of car I reached here. Now, how can I give it up? So you take a boat, cross Yamuna, and then you carry the boat on your head. But this is very important, because of this I crossed. And then you worship and do arti to that. So it has its rules, have their purpose, but rules are not the end. They are the facility. And they are the facility till the time we don't understand what is the purpose and we have not achieved. But once you have achieved, then rules are natural. That's why they are called Nirgrantha Vyurukrame Kurvanti Atkimbha. But if rules become the supreme thing, then we miss the point. So that's why Krishna's character is difficult to understand, because he is not following the rule. It is very easy to understand Lord Ramachandra, because he is called Maryada Purushottam, means he is the guy who follows rules. But Krishna is not following rule. He is doing what should be done. What is beneficial? If he has to tell lie, then he is not going to become Satyavadi Harishchandra. That I am truthful, how I can do this. He sees that these bunch of hooligans, they have captured the land, they have to be killed. And I am sticking to the rule here. And they will kill you and take the other land also from you. That is his. So this does not mean that now we become bunch of liars. Then you are following another rule, that now I will not follow the rule. Because that is also a rule that I don't follow the rule. But that is not the point. The point is that we have to do service. That is the only rule. Samartavya Vishnu Sattam Vismartavya na Jatuchit Sarve Vidhi Nishedasyo Etyor Eva Kinkara. There is only basically two rules: always remembering Krishna and never forgetting him. And all rules are for this purpose. All rules and all regulations. That's all. Otherwise we get caught in the net of the rules. And then people are fighting and having debates and writing books. And then different sampradayas because of this rule and that rule.
Oh, what about a saying, if you're a devotee, you're compassionate and cooperative and non-violent?
If you are a devotee, you will be there. Why? You don't have to do anything.
No, but if someone's not those things and he's wanting to be the devotee, then he can follow moral codes of conduct,
You follow
right?
moral codes. I'm not saying don't follow, but I'm saying the purpose of moral codes is to become a devotee. And if you just want to be moral and forget devotion, then that has no meaning in this
Well,
field of devotion.
that's my question about this book, is it seems like a very moralistic book.
That's exactly I said, that this is written as a story. You lie down and sleep.
Okay, but that one's not like
Because children, they can only understand.
right, duality and
That is called
punishment.
stick and carrot. There is only two things.
Yeah.
The animal understands stick and carrot. And those who are like animal, that is the only language they understand. But human beings are beyond animals. They don't need carrot and stick.
You sure?
Otherwise they are not human beings. So children are also like animals.
Now, if someone's at the level of moralistic endeavors, and that's all they really understand,
Everybody can go beyond that. Everybody can wake up.
everyone can.
Yeah. See, this true morals, they are natural outcome when you are awake. If there is light and your eyes are open, then you are not going to ask me from where I have to go. You see the door, you go through the door. But if your eyes are closed, then you have to ask me how I have to go. Then I will tell you, okay, you walk 5 steps and then take a left. And then you walk 10 more steps, then you take a right, then you go. You have to do that because you don't have eyes to see. That is what morality is. That's what all this ethics is. It's meant for people whose eyes are closed. They are completely animals. They are following their senses. They have no control over them. They have no guidance. They are sleeping. So they have to be told like this. But once your eyes are open, then I don't need to tell you that you walk 5 steps, then take left. You will do it yourself. So everybody, therefore, Rupa Goswami says that everybody has the right or qualification to be a devotee. Means everybody can actually wake up and open the eyes. Everybody can open their eyes. But now we are not opening, we are keeping our eyes closed. And then our eyes are closed, then we have to make law. Otherwise you are going to fall in a ditch or meet an accident on the road. So that's where all this morality comes.
That's a relief.
So why it is said that bhakti is beyond all morality? Because once you are devotee, then this is automatic. So this is not understood. and then people are fighting, and then there are groups and sampradayas only on the basis of this rule and that rule. So bhakti is giving eyes. That's why it is darshan. It's called darshan. It gives vision. That's why it is called Chat. Why did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said Vidya Vadhu Jivanam? In the first verse of Sikshashtakam, he says Vidya Vadhu Jivanam. That this bhakti is the life of knowledge or education. Vidya Vadhu is like Vadhu is a damsel, allegoric. Damsels in the form of education. Life is bhakti. Because if bhakti is not there, what is the basis of morals? Those people who don't believe in God, what is the basis of their moral? They don't have any basis. They can do anything. Today,
it seems egoistic to say I'm right and you're wrong.
Today they are saying abortion is good. Before they are saying it was not good. Now they will say something that is what is called euthanasia. Is allowed, not allowed, gay marriage, not gay marriage, all these things. But what is their basis actually? It's very difficult. Because they don't have any reference point.
I think they just want to feel that they're right and others are wrong, like to position themselves.
So therefore they go on debating. And because it is democracy, so whoever has more support, then they make a law. But this is the flaw in making a law. Suppose there are 100 people and 99 people are saying that abortion is allowed, it is good. And one is saying that no, it is not good. So in democracy they will say yes, make the law because 99 people can do. But that does not mean that this one person who does not have a majority, he may be actually right and the other 99 may be wrong. Because any amount of wrong do not become right. If you have 99 zeros and the 1 is 1, then these zeros cannot be more than 1. You can add them, they will still remain 0. But this is what democracy is.
And devotion doesn't have anything to do with right or wrong.
Devotion is beyond right or wrong, and therefore this is supremely right and supremely wrong. It's beyond that. Krishna makes a very nice statement. Uddhava had asked him that what is virtue and what is vice? What is good quality and what is a defect? So Krishna makes a statement. He says, Guna dosha, drishir dosha, gunastu ubhaya varjita. He says this idea itself, what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, this itself is bad. He says this is the biggest vice. And what is the guna, what is the quality, what is virtue? To give up both. Guna dosha, drishir dosha. Dosha means defect, vice, bad. It says this drishi, this vision, this idea of good and bad, this itself is defective. And what is guna then? It says ubhaya varjita, giving up both. Because good and bad is based on material ideas, material concepts, material nature. And material things keep on changing. Today abortion is liked, tomorrow it may not be liked. Somebody else will come up with another logic, then everybody agrees, yes, let's stop. It goes on, it has, because it does not have any reference. It is bhutva bhutva praliyate. It's going on in cycles, up, down, like fashion. Keep on changing it. And then after some time, same fashion comes with a little different idea. Then again change it. In India, my grandfather, he used to wear earrings. Then my father, his ears were pierced, but he was not wearing them. Then we came, our ears were not pierced. Now the second generation, my nephews, they are piercing their ears. So this I have myself seen it. So now this has become a fashion again, piercing the ear.